Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This week we'll be talking about accountability. But before we get started, make sure you give me the thumbs up down below to encourage me to make more videos. Also subscribe to the channel where you'll find additional videos of this nature and you'll be notified of new releases. Also make sure you comment on the content and let me know what you think. And be sure to share this if you know someone who could use the information. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Accountability, at its core, is the act of owning your actions, your choices, and their consequences. It's not just about admitting when you're wrong. It's about standing up when it would be easier to hide, speaking up when silence feels safer, and staying consistent when compromise is more convenient. It's showing up for yourself, for others, and your values. To be accountable is to be answerable. It means you take responsibility not only when things go right, but especially when they go wrong. And you don't want to be called out. You step forward willingly. The principles of accountability are straightforward, but rarely easy. They include honesty, being truthful with yourself and others, responsibility, taking ownership without excuses, consistency, following through on your commitments, and courage, the ability to face consequences with your head held high. Accountability is the backbone of an honorable life. Because honor isn't given, it isn't a trophy you win or a title you wear. Honor is earned through daily decisions that reflect integrity, humility, and strength of character. Without accountability, you can say the right things, but your actions will eventually betray you. With it, your life becomes congruent. What you say, think, and do align. That's power. But let's not pretend this comes easy. Mental discipline is required to maintain accountability. You need self-awareness, the ability to evaluate your behavior objectively. You need humility, the maturity to admit when you've fallen short. And perhaps most of all, you need inner strength, the strength to resist excuses, to stand in the truth, and to grow from discomfort. The accountable person doesn't hide behind circumstances. They don't blame their team, their past, or their situation. They look in the mirror and ask, what was my part in this? That question is powerful. It shifts the mindset from victimhood to ownership, from passivity to growth. We also need to recognize those who run from accountability. They're easy to spot once you know the signs. They pass the blame like hot coals. They rewrite events to protect their ego. They deflect, deny, and distract. These patterns might seem small, but they corrode trust. They damage teams, relationships, and ultimately reputations. If you want to surround yourself with people of character, look for those who own their mistakes, who learn out loud, who hold themselves to a standard even when no one else is watching. Because accountability leads directly to respectability, and respectability doesn't come from status or titles or how loud someone speaks. It comes from the quiet certainty that others can rely on you, that your word means something, that when you're wrong, you admit it, and when you commit, you follow through. People might not always agree with you, but they'll respect the consistency. They'll trust your character. And in this noisy world, trust is a rare and valuable currency. So what's the benefit of being accountable? It's not just about looking good or keeping a clean record. It's about becoming someone dependable, someone worth following. It sharpens your integrity, strengthens your relationships, and builds a life of substance. And it does something else. It challenges those around you to rise as well. Your accountability sets the tone. It becomes an invitation for others to do the same. In the end, accountability is not a burden, it's a gift to your future self, to your family, to your team, to your community. When you live with accountability, you build something unshakable, a life that stands even when the storms come, a life that speaks for itself, a life rooted in truth, and that, more than anything, is worth striving for. All right, boys and girls, that's my thoughts on accountability. I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate you watching. Make sure you give me that thumbs up down below, and also subscribe to the channel so you be notified of new releases. And please comment on the content of this video and share it as you feel necessary. Anyway, until we see each other again, as always, have a grateful day, and we'll see you next time.